my gloves up off the mat. Fighting's all I ever had. Wasn't born with tons of gifts, had to work hard as a kid. Know that everything I did was to catch the other kids. Slowly built that self-esteem, turned myself to a machine. I'd compete so I'd be seen, I would lose and I'd succeed, but you'd never see me quit. I'd always get after it, knew I had a different gift. I'd outwork any other kid. Deep within our souls, we can feel there's something empty. We need something more, I feel destiny, she tempts me. Tells me there's two paths, they both have a different ending. Choose wise and you'll find that pain leads to ascending. Till I'm dead and buried deep within a cemetery, I will fight, never weary, I wanna be legendary. Till I'm dead and buried deep within a cemetery, I will fight, never weary, I wanna be legendary. I'll be last place, that's alright, I don't work at a fast pace. I'm a steady horse creeping up, straight passing. And once I pass you, no one's getting past me. I've seen people hit walls and they stop there. I don't get that mind, man, it sounds scared. Good things take time, better prepare, cause anything great takes pain, it's affair. Take it from me, cause I got to this place where no one can tell me to do anything. I call my own shots, I call my own place. I enjoy my life almost every day, and I could teach you if you listen to me. You follow some rules, don't need gifts to be paid. Persistence is better than brains any day. Just listen to me and I'll show you the way. In our souls, we can feel there's something empty. We need something more, I feel destiny, she tempts me. Tells me there's two paths, they both have a different ending. Choose wise and you'll find that pain leads to ascending. Till I'm dead and buried deep within a cemetery, I will fight, never weary, I wanna be legendary. Till I'm dead and buried deep within a cemetery, I will fight, never weary, I wanna be legendary.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here from Pocono Raceway. It is time for the Racing Elite Series at, I said Michigan. I don't know why I got Michigan up. But anyway, we are Pocono Raceway. Join Van Booth, Todd Chase Jr. Todd, welcome to the Pocono Mountains.
Yeah, this is definitely not Michigan like you have previously just said.
I don't know why it says
Pocono,
Michigan. I'll change it.
Pocono, a very fun, very tricky racetrack, as you can see. My biggest question for you is, where's turn 4?
Oh, it is missing. Just realized that. We are here at Pocono, one of the funnest places in my eyes, Todd, to race at. I absolutely love this place. Not the biggest field by any means. Not sure how this race is going to go. So if we seem a little, I don't know the word, but pre-distracted, not talking a lot about the race.
Yeah.
Don't hold it on us. But we are here. Get ready to go racing 55 laps, Pocono Speedway. Long track, Todd. One of the most trickiest turns, I would say. Turn number 2 is a tunnel turn, Todd Chase.
Yeah, I will agree with that. I've always had an issue with the tunnel turn, not necessarily getting into the corner per se, but like getting the drive off of turn 2 has always been my problem here at this place.
Once you exit turn 1 down a Long Pond straightaway, which is normally a bunch of, I want to say they're cedar trees. I can't remember if they're pine trees or cedar off the top of my head. Might be pine trees. Either way, long straightaway, going full speed into turn 2. Basically got it. You're not even, I don't know how all these cars are going to react. I know the truck-wise, you really don't get off throttle too much. You let off a little bit, let it roll in, back on it early, get to run out. Hopefully, that is the goal anyway. As far as the next gen, not entirely sure how they're going to react, or the Gen 4 is not sure how they're going to react. But that is one of the biggest turns as far as the drive off. That's what you said it was past going to turn 3. Turn 3 is modeled after which track? Do you remember? Was it Gateway or Milwaukee?
I want to say it's Milwaukee.
I think
I
you're
know
right.
one of them is. I think one of them is modeled after Milwaukee. Another one is modeled off of Indy.
Yeah, which one
I
was
can't.
Indy? Was it? It might have been turn three, actually, now that you mention it. Turn one, 14 degrees of banking. It is actually modeled after Trenton Speedway. Turn
Oh,
two,
okay.
also known after turn two, is known as the tunnel turn. That is modeled after Indy. Turn three, it is modeled after. I want to say that was Milwaukee, but I was trying to find out. Now we'll find out. It's just going to take me a minute to load up this website to make sure. But one of my favorite tracks to race at, as we get set to go. Qualifying about to start here in just a minute, by the way. I said that. It's not exactly telling me what turn three is. Oh, turn three. Is like Milwaukee. It is 6 degrees. It's very flat turns. Reminds you of Milwaukee the way it
Hmm.
kind of enters. And that turn actually turns one and three. Your exits, you can tend to be really aggressive. At least the trucks. I want to imagine that the Gen Force cars, you could probably do the same on the exits of turns one and three.
You probably can, but my biggest thing with these guys tonight is we know the trucks aren't really going to be downshifting going into turn
Yeah,
one, but are the Gen fours, your Gen sixes, and your next gens going to be downshifting going into turn one?
I
That's
feel
going to
like
be
I
a
feel like
big
your
thing.
I feel like your next gen would.
Yeah,
You would think because they're going to go in they're going to enter in turn or fifth year. You would think that they're going to downshift to four at least.
right.
So I mean, honestly, they may even downshift into turn three. So that's gonna be fun. Which I mean, the good news technically for them, there's only two of them
Right.
in the next gen.
There, yeah, there's one big name that is not
Yeah.
here tonight. Brandon Honeycutt.
Yep. Honeycutt not here. He was is your points leader. He had a pretty good points leader if I'm not mistaken. Coming into it, I'm not sure exactly what the points look like right now. I will find that out. Pass it over here in just a moment. I do want to mention, by the way, because I think it's important that we kind of keep everybody up to date. Excuse my cough, by the way. I kind of got one tonight. But I want to mention that the Monday series looks like it could be going away after this season. So if anybody was interested in the Super Speedway series, it looks like that it will be done for now. There is a big thing here that Todd to speak of with the points. With Brandon Honeycutt not here, Andrew Teff is going to take over the overall points lead.
Yeah, that'll
That's
be
overall.
interesting.
So
Another thing that I'm seeing here on my screen is we have another Gen 6 car to race tonight against Troy Thomas. So it'll be interesting to see how he does tonight.
yeah,
Because
finally we got somebody.
previous weeks he's only had to race himself.
Yeah, he wasn't here last week, and we literally had like three or four in here, so it's pretty nice
Yeah.
to see that. But it looks like he's going to have some company tonight, at least to keep him somewhat occupied and racing around other Gen Sixes, which is my favorite car. Uh, Curtis Ecker, by the way, who is in here tonight, he is 54
Mhm.
points behind Honeycutt. Wade Scott is 61 points, so they're going to make up some points. Whether it's enough to make up that much, I mean, I don't think they're going to make up that much, but you never know. We'll see how they
No.
do.
My prediction walking out of Pocono, I think Ecker's going to close in about half of that,
Yeah, I think so.
I would
because
say.
I believe that so if you win the race, you get 46 points.
Right.
So he could actually close it all the way, about 5 or 6 points behind.
Yeah.
If he goes out, gets the bonus points. That's the thing. You got to get the bonus points and stuff like that. And I'm not exactly sure what all the bonus points are, but no, it looks like you just get 46 for winning the race. So there is no bonus points like that. So yeah, if you go out and win the race, you get 46 points. So yeah, he could actually go out and cut into that lead pretty good from the looks of it. Sorry, I was reading Andrew. He sent me a message. I was reading what
You're
he had to
fine.
say.
I was just going to mention the lap times here around this place between each class. not very far off between each class. I mean, looking at the Gen 4 class, I think that was about your fastest class out there. If not, it was the Gen 6, as qualifying starting to happen here out
You
on the
know what?
racetrack.
You know what? You're gonna laugh. I went live like 10 minutes early. My bad. My bad.
It's all right.
I
It's
mean,
all right.
it's so yeah. I was gonna say it ain't gonna hurt anything. Qualifying's underway, so this is the first time we really get to show qualifying, I guess. The other three,
Yeah.
Cooper, still look for a sponsor on that car. What car do
I thought you were supposed to talk to him.
Well, he's never here. He's never here. Like, oh well, what do you do? What car do you like driving around here the most?
Oh, it's gotta be the truck.
I think so too. I think it's my favorite anyway.
And I'm looking at the sheet. Brandon Honeycutt is here tonight, by the way.
Oh, okay, so that's good. Let's see. So did he just join?
He must have.
Okay, so that's good to know though. Because I mean, honestly, like you want to win the championship, but you want to win it the right way. You know, you don't want to win because somebody don't show up. So that's good. By the way, for people that do not know, and well, none of you know because you look at the weather real quick until I find my weather. But I'm gonna try to play around with these buttons a little bit more now. So we are getting some more people in here, by the way, which is good. 66 degree air temp, 94 degree track temp. That's a big difference. That's almost 30 degree difference. This, by the way, is scheduled. You see May 15th. That is the schedule for this when they're racing at this time. So it's May 15th last year, by the way, which is weird. So, not a replay, but, you know.
See Cooper coming out of turn 3, gonna cross the start-finish line here. And the time of 55.103. Good enough for the pole in his class.
You know what's interesting? Was not aware that I'm sitting here just looking at some of the, you know, like facts and stuff about this race or the racetrack. Did not realize that this track is literally located in Long Pond, Pocono. That's the name, or Long Pond, Pennsylvania, which is in the Pocono Mountains. Did not know that.
Well, now you know.
And I got you some other interesting facts.
Okay.
Did you know that the owner of this track owns South Boston Speedway?
I did not know until now.
Yeah.
Out of turn 3.
Pretty cool.
I do want to say Harris in the Gen 6 has taken the overall pole for the Gen 6 class.
Guys looking at it, he just went to the top of the board.
Yep. Wayne Scott going to be your pole right now for the next gen.
Troy Thomas jumping up to the top of the board.
Wow, what a lap.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's the best lap we've seen. Oh, and that's actually kind of surprising because we talked about, or that's the Gen 6, I'm sorry. We talked about the Gen 4 cars, how they're usually so much faster, you know, in these races, and this might be a track where they may not be.
Right.
Which would be very interesting to see. You see right there Troy Thomas going through turn 2, otherwise known as the tunnel turn, down the straightaway here into turn 3. See if he improves. It's going to be, and I say that Cody Benelli jumps up to the top of the board, by the way, a 53.8.
What?
Yeah, that's moving. Wow. Let's see if Troy Thomas can jump up to a 53. He does improve. But no 53. It is a 54.183.
Still a good lap right
lap.
there.
Nathan Emerson out on track. In the truck, number 1.
Got about 13 of them tonight total, I believe.
But you don't know when this track was open, do you?
Oh, it's probably in the 40s.
No, it's in the 60s. It's 68. But I'll be honest with you. What's crazy about this, and this kind of blew my mind.
Mhm.
This track was made or broke ground in 1968. It opened in 1968 as well.
Really?
How often do you see a track break ground that year and open the same year? Even in today's standards, and that's 1968.
Yeah.
That's
You never
impressive.
see that.
No, that's impressive. I know there's not like a lot of you know stuff they really have to do here, but I mean that's impressive. That's a
Mhm.
lot to pave. Andrew Taft out on track, by the way.
Sporting a new paint this week, I noticed.
What are you
Is he
saying?
crossing the start
Menards?
finish line?
Make sure that's what I'm seeing as well.
No, I
Richmond.
see Crown Royal,
You're smoking something.
Irwin.
No. Andrew
Yeah.
Taft? No, Andrew Taft. Lee Camp? Well, I don't know. I thought I'm trading paint's open, yeah. I don't know.
Is yours open?
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, Andrew Taft on through turn 2, sliding the back end. That's one thing about these Gen 4s.
Yeah.
Back end tends to step out a lot. And that it's always not a bad thing all the time. Loose is fast. Through turn
Out
3.
of turn 3.
He's looking to beat a
Yeah,
53.897.
I don't know if he can do it this lap.
You want to
Let's
bet?
see. Oh, yes, he can.
869.
Prove me wrong.
Lee Campbell and Hunter is out there as well. That is the Gen 4 truck. We're going to kind of look through both of them. Hunter's looks like he's rocking new paint. Never mind, he gets the wall in turn 2. Lee
Andrew
Campbell
has
crossed the
not
line.
shut it down
Campbell
yet.
top of the board. 53.708 for Lee Campbell. So we'll watch Andrew once again. See if he can improve. A 708 ton, that's what he's got to beat. That's tough.
He might be able to do it.
He was pushing it through turn 2, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, that thing was all sorts of sideways.
Hope Valley, Rhode Island, the Razor Elite owner, president, CEO, commander in chief, king. I don't know what else to call him.
Cross start finish
He
line.
does improve, but he does not get the pole.
Yeah.
771. Good lap. Turn number 3 for Lee Campbell. Can he improve? Can he break the 6s? I don't know. That's going to be tough. Hunter, by the way,
don't
is
think
still
so.
out on track. He does not. He ran 861. Does not need to, though, because I think that will be good enough for the pole, because I don't see a truck jumping up and grabbing the pole away. Hunter looks like he's driving a new truck. Unless I'm seeing it wrong. Are you seeing a Swedish Fish truck?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that was all I need to know. Hunter crossing the line. By the way, that's to start his lap. I just want to mention that. He actually wrecked his first out lap, so he actually reset. Waylon not qualifying, which is either his dad or brother. I want to say it's his brother, I believe is what he was told. May be wrong on that. Marshall Harris, by the way, did not mention him in the Gen 6. Did not qualify exactly where Troy Thomas did. Thomas ran a 54.183. Harris ran a 55.2, so almost a second off. Not very good there. He's definitely, I want to pick it up just a little bit. Brandon Honeycutt goes to second in class, 5th overall. And he is still out on track as well. He's looking to gain just a little bit more.
Out of turn 3 for Hunter. Cross the start finish line. He goes to the top of the board.
That's impressive. Honeycutt, by the way, going into turn 3 or turn 2. I'm sorry, it's turn 3. Out of Elizabeth, Tennessee. My old home. Oh, we about lost it. That's one thing we haven't really mentioned. Turn 3, really sketchy if it steps out. I've wrecked there plenty of times. Turn 1 also the same way. Brandon does not go to the top of the board, by the way. So Curtis Ecker will be your pole sitter in that class. I think that's pretty much it for qualifying, Todd Chase.
Yeah, and right while we've got a moment here, I do want to give a shout out to everybody watching over there on TikTok. Our live is still going.
Did you fix it?
I didn't do anything, and it's still
something
going at this
I will
point.
tell you something funny about that, okay? Is that I got a friend that broadcasts as well. He streams, not broadcast racing. He streams like Fortnite stuff. He's a pretty good friend. I've known him for a while now. Fished with him a few times in tournaments and stuff. Anyway, he had the same thing pop up.
Really?
Yeah, he was talking. He posted on his Facebook today talking about it, and that he just got it figured out. He had to send like a picture of his ID to show that he was over that age. Yeah. So hopefully it's working out for him because I know he's streaming 7:38. He just started his stream, so it's probably not working.
Right.
But we're over on the old TikTok or whatever it's called.
TikTok.
TikTok finally back up and running. Finally back up and running. The whole 24 hours it was down. Was even down 24 hours.
No.
So Miranda had hers though. It's weird because like a lot of people lost hers. You know, Miranda still had hers even after they shut it down.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know how. She don't know how, but she was able to still watch the videos. They might be old videos. I don't know. It was weird. It was really strange. Anyway, real fast here. Look at your official overall grid. Why does it always do that? Lee Campbell up front. Andrew Taft starting second. Cody Benelli starting third in the Gen 4. In the Gen 6, there's Troy Thomas. He is actually going to be starting fourth. Technically, fifth will be Brandon Harris. They line up beside each other in class. So, Marshall Harris qualifies, who came in here late, by the way. Did not have a good qualifying run. He will start fifth. Curtis Ecker starts sixth in the Gen next gen. Brandon Honeycutt starting seventh. He's current points leader. Kirby Wayne Scott eighth here tonight. Hunter Bacam, Nathan Emerson starting first and second in class, and 9th and 10th overall. Cooper and Evans starting in 11th and 12th. And they'll round out the massive field we have tonight. Wayland will be starting in 13th. Real quick, Todd, one of the biggest battles I'm going to be watching tonight. Oh, here's one of the tracks, by the way. We're going to start off sideways. We talked about it last week. One of the biggest battles I'm going to be watching here tonight will be Andrew and Brandon Honeycutt. Because that would be first overall.
Yep. And I wonder if they're doing like an overall points champion across all 4 series, or are they doing an individual class champion?
Yeah, I'm not really sure actually. It's good. I'm guessing for its class, but they might have something for overall as well. Because I think that technically, I mean, like if you're in the trucks, you're not going to win, most likely. But I think overall, though, it's a really good thing to have overall. I mean, why wouldn't you? You know. I think on now I do want to mention. I think on certain tracks, I think the trucks would be faster.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I think on some short tracks they would be just as quick. Like if you put the trucks like on Martinsville, I feel like they would be able to keep up with a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know, or like a really short track, like a flat short track. Maybe not Bristol as much. I feel like the Gen 6 would be really good at Bristol and the Gen 4. But I feel like the Gen 6 would be really good at Bristol.
Yeah, but then you got the slower cars catching the faster cars.
Exactly.
Catching the slower cars. Where are you going to go at those racetracks? You know, like look, for instance. Well, yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, you could fit how many Bristol Motor Speedways into this Pocono Raceway facility?
Yeah, like that's a lot. Out of turn 3, Todd Chase, about to get week number 6, I believe, underway.
That pace car ducking down to go down pit road. Green flag is out in the air. We're underway here at Pocono.
It is week number 6 underway as we head down into turn 1. This is the closest these guys will be all night tonight, unless we get a yellow. Here they go, in turn 1.
In and out further in the back. The turn 1 doesn't look like we're going to have any issues so far coming off of turn 1. Heading down to turn 2, Lee Campbell leads the field.
Yeah, remember, Lee Campbell usually shoots himself in the foot later as the race goes on. We're going to be keeping a close eye on that. Meanwhile, we got another battle back here that is for the 8 car, Curtis Ecker. jumping up and take 4th overall. As now we're side by side, by the way, Troy Thomas, Marshall Harris down into turn 3. The first time we actually been able to really talk a lot about Troy Thomas battling somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to kind of watch him for just a moment. Car looks really good, by the way. Out of turn 3 and able to use Dallas highlighted time. That's one thing we actually did in the truck series, if you remember.
Yeah.
Turn 3, I was struggling around the bottom. And when I moved up into turn 3, oh my gosh, like we started picking them off.
Yeah, you can run about 2 or 3 lanes high up into turn 3, and you can actually run it really deep. And you could get a lot of drive off of turn 3, take all that speed and energy that you have off of turn 3 and kind of use it to your advantage going into turn 1.
Let's see if I can get... I think I can, Todd. You might know more about it than me. I might be able to show like how much throttle they're on going through the tunnel turn. I just gotta figure out where it's at. Not really. I thought I could see it there.
Well, while you're checking that out, I do think there is a battle for the overall truck class here.
Okay.
Between, well, as I say that, Honeycutt gonna go down to the inside here.
Good battle right now for second in the truck class.
And that's what I was about to say. You got Hunter Burkham and Nathan Emerson battling for that spot there.
That's a really good battle. There goes the tail. And that may really be the race to watch. I don't think they're going to get spaced out too much in the truck series. I don't think, unless, we get caution or not caution, but we get like pit stop. They may space out a little bit, but.
And I was just watching Honeycutt as he got underneath Hunter Burkham going into the tunnel turn, and that's going to be the main thing for these next-gen cars is if they're not going to downshift going into the tunnel turn, are they going to get super tight being side-by-side with the truck? And the answer to that question is yes, because that's what happened to Honeycutt that time.
Yeah, you see Honeycutt once again looking underneath Burkham, and Hunter, by the way, going 182 miles an hour into turn number 1. That's entering turn number 1. Slows up at 142. Back up under throttle. And you see up front, by the way, Todd, I've just seen that way up front with Campbell. He is doing something that we know familiar, and a lot of IndyCar drivers know very familiar. The IndyCar trying to break the draft.
Yeah, I don't know how well that's going to work out for him because this place is so abrasive on these tires here.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want to do that because it's going to wear them tires out a lot quicker than what normally they would.
Yeah, I don't know. At a place like this, I'm not sure if it's going to have a real big impact. It may. I guess, it all depends on which car. I don't know what it's going to do with the Gen 4s just because I haven't drove them in so long. But we're going to be driving on Thursday, right? I ain't we driving on Thursday?
No,
Thursday.
Thursday you'll be at Nashville.
What car am I driving there?
The ARCA car?
Oh, I say Gen 4. I mean ARCA. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Close enough. They're very similar.
They are very similar. One just has a different engine package.
Yeah, just a little bit different.
But nonetheless, here these guys are running the actual Gen 4 car, not the ARCA car. So
let's see. I'm trying to find something.
Yeah, I'm looking around here too. I do think, Lee Campbell has extended his lead over Cody Benelli. Cody Benelli right now, that lead is now up to about 1.1, 1.2 seconds.
Oh, this is cool. Just noticed something. By the way, I'm looking at a picture. And from the looks of it, you could fit Bristol inside of Pocono Speedway 5 to 6 times.
See, there you go.
I remember you asked about it. I didn't really ask about it. We was talking about it.
Yeah.
Pretty wild, though. All right, looking around the racetrack. Biggest battle right now still is trucks, I believe. It is. Hooper's still got a good lead on the trucks right now, but battle right now for the third position. Waylon, Evan.
Oh,
What happened?
Hooper got really, really loose there on entry of 1. Lost a little bit of time to, I believe that was Brandon Honeycutt.
Yep.
That also allowed Hunter Burkham to close in on him as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's interesting is Honeycutt struggling a little bit to get around
Yeah.
these trucks, which is really interesting to me. And I'm not sure. I don't see any damage. Well, of course I don't see no damage, but I don't see like why that would be. In the long run, we might see that change a little bit, which you would think that the Gen or next year would be able to get around him. Here he goes with the big run. He's going to push him.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna push him, but that run generated from running that mid to high lane that we were talking about in turn 3.
Big run
So,
by the way, Nathan Emerson side by side with the 1. As he was able to get to his inside going into turn 1, the 68 going to cross him over. Evan trying to get a run down Long Pond straightaway, not going to be able to, so that gap gets closed up. Meanwhile, Gen 6 wise, Troy Thomas able to lead right now over Marshall Harris by a little over 2 tenths. It was just a tenth going into the tunnel turn, but that closed quickly. Campbell up front. We're 8 laps into this race already, and not entirely sure what pit stops are going to look like on this track. 2.5 miles.
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know how long these guys can go on fuel here, but I would say we could start seeing some
Weenie at max.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. About 15 to 20
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
is
like
when
too.
I'll.
Yeah, these guys only run 65% fuel. Just keep that in mind, not 100%. Meanwhile, our first Gen 6 or next gen car has caught up to the back of the ARCA series points leader. Andrew Teff currently lead the points, but has a chance to take the overall points lead tonight. He's just got to finish in front of Brandon Honeycutt.
Yeah, out of turn 3, Curtis Ecker gonna try and get a run to go around Andrew Teft.
That Gen 4 is so fast on the straightaway.
It is.
It's
You can
wild.
physically see
Yeah, you can.
how far, like it can how fast it is.
I didn't realize how much faster it really was until they went up the straightaway. On turn 1, you see it right there. The gap is growing.
Yeah,
It's crazy how much faster
Well,
he really is.
he's got to. What Andrew has to do is he's got to lift earlier because he's got so much power than the next gen and so much less grip than the next gen that the next gen can outrun these Gen 4 cars just by outbraking him, running through the corner with more grip and everything else.
And you see it right there, side by side. The Gen 4 is going to get the run down the straightaway. And I will let you know miles per hour difference right now. Andrew Teff, right now, about 8 mile an hour difference. He's at 192, 193, 194, 196 going into turn 1. The next gen was at 186. So it's a big difference. It's a big difference. But over time, the tires will fall off on the Gen 4. The next gen should be to get around him from what we've seen all season long. Meanwhile, back to the Gen 6 cars. Troy Thomas still battling Marshall Harris. Not very familiar with Marshall. I think I've seen him in one race for sure. But
it does look like he's closed that gap to Troy Thomas.
Oh, he's going underneath him.
And he's going to pass him.
Yep, out of turn 3. Watch for the run on the outside, though. And there it is.
Troy Thomas going to reclaim the lead in the Gen 6 class.
Yeah, it's just that outside line, but he will have the inside line going into turn 1. And honestly, you could say the same thing about turn 1. The outside line does start to come in. So we'll see if Troy's able to get a run back on the outside or cross him over. And he looks like he does get a run. He's going to try to cross him or go back to his inside. He barely was able to make that work, by the way. I don't know if Tom was too happy about it. As he's pushed him down in the long pond.
Probably not.
That's the way you can really pass somebody is by drafting them all the way up to turn 3 or 2.
Yep.
Let them have to. Because it scares you a little bit when somebody's driving your bumper because you got to drive it in deep because you don't want to brake too early or let off too early. So, it kind of, you can use it to your benefit.
But meanwhile, Lee Campbell still leading everybody around this racetrack here, and
I was looking. I need to find the lap times. There we go. Lap times. The last 5 laps, Cody Bonelli has been way faster and is currently running him down, by the way. He was a tenth faster last time, 3.5 tenths faster on lap 11. So that is close.
Oh, I could see why, but Benelli has an issue going into turn 2. I wonder if that's why.
Yeah, because
he's been closed.
I thought he was going to hit the wall hard.
Yeah, I thought he was done for as well.
Out of turn 3. See who's faster here. It actually looks like Campbell may be a little bit faster here because of what happened to Benelli in turn. Yeah, he was 4 tenths faster that time. Meanwhile, as you can for Curtis Eckler still going back and forth. Adrian's able to hold on to third for now. Still kind of working back and forth. Truck series wise,
Hunter Cam still leading that class.
To Cooper. Oh, something happened to him because remember he led the first half of this so far.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah, so something happened to the 03 that I did not see. So Cooper falls back to second. He's going to continue to try to run down Hunter now. Want to mention real quick the standings for the trucks, if I can get to it. This is the first season, by the way, I believe, that these guys ran this.
Really?
I think so. I think it's the first season they've ran this overall, like mixed class. Nathan Emerson is your current points leader in Truck Series.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan Emerson currently not the leader at the moment. Hunter currently second, 13 points behind him. So he wouldn't make up a lot of points on him, but he would make up a little bit. Jesse Fox not here tonight, by the way. Make sure. I knew I was missing a name.
Yeah. I didn't. His name didn't pop into my head, too, until you said it. And I'm like, yeah, he's not here tonight.
Speaking of which, Brandon Honeycutt called the back of the Gen 6 cars as they still run nose to tail. And Todd, we are in that pit window, we believe.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I will let you know if I hear anything these next 10 or so laps when these guys come down as Honeycutt gets around Troy Thomas.
Now, if everything, as we get back up to the battle overall for the overall lead, if everything goes the way it's kind of worked out this season, it will be the Gen 4s pitting first.
Yes.
And then the next gen will pit last. Usually, that's the way it works.
Yeah, I want to say the next gen can go maybe 6-7 laps further than everybody else.
It's very similar.
Ecker getting around Cody Benelli. Benelli tried to run that, cutting that tunnel turn again, and it didn't work for him. As you see, Curtis Ecker now going around Lee Campbell off of turn 3.
Cody Benelli on pit road. Good call.
Well,
that's a great call. You said around lap 15, and here they are coming in on lap 16. So great call on that. Not surprised by to see Ecker close in on these Gen 4s. Yeah,
Lee Campbell getting loose off of turn 1. He will let Curtis Ecker lead the field off of turn 1.
Well, what's interesting because Campbell's usually the first one of the Gen 4s that usually pits a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
Not so much today. So Cody, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you think maybe he's trying to extend the fuel run here
I think that would
by
be smart.
letting Curtis Ecker? Yeah, but I mean, he's not tucked up underneath Curtis Ecker. Can Campbell decide to come down this time by? We'll find
Yeah,
out.
I think so. I think
No.
So what's going to happen is Benelli's going to get the pit. Benelli's speeding on pit road.
Oh, that's gonna hurt him big time.
That's massive. So he's already one lap down because usually you don't go a lap down here, and I noticed that he went a lap down.
No.
He's been there for 49 seconds, so he should be going here in just a moment, and he will not get a wave around unless there's a caution. So he's got a little bit of work to do. Meanwhile, trucks are on pit road. We have not talked about how tough pit road is actually here. It is a very, very quick entrance to pit road. It is right off turn 3. There's the cone. I mean, it is. Let me see if I can get a picture right there. You see the yellow cone right near the barrels? That is right off turn 3. We'll be seeing some other cars come down. Don't be surprised if we see somebody else have issues on pit road.
Overall race leader coming down pit road.
Curtis Ecker. Kind of surprised. That's a Gen 6 car. I think what it is, Todd, is that they know it's a 2-stop race no matter what.
Probably.
So you might as well come down on lap 19, 20, go ahead and get 4 tires, come back down on lap 40 and finish the race. So definitely don't hate the call to come down a little bit earlier because you know you've got to come back in anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew
Cooper.
Well.
Cooper. Yeah, Cooper's on pit road as well. 68.
Everybody pretty much.
Yeah.
With the exception of Wayne Scott, Honeycutt, and the 2 Gen 6s. Not surprised to see Honeycutt staying out. Remember, he did this a couple weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken.
We should be used to him doing this by now, you would
out
think.
Longer, I feel like, than anybody. May have had somebody else issue a speeding penalty. We do. Evan in the 68 truck has had a penalty on that Ford. So there you go. Trust me, it won't be
and
the
6 back for the lead right here. Then into turn 1, Thomas going underneath of Harris. Oh, contact between the two.
There. Harris probably didn't like that. We're going to back this up and look at a replay going into turn 1.
Hold on a minute there, Sparkles.
Did they actually contact Todd? Or?
I seen contact.
Back this up one more time. Just to look going in. Oh yeah, they definitely made contact. There might be a little bit of net code there too, but looked like Harris actually came down on Troy Thomas a little bit. But no harm, no foul, really. I mean, he's right back up there with him.
No.
The good thing is,
but
I mean, and normally we talk about damage, like what kind of damage the cars have. These guys do not run damage, so that's the good news. In this situation, anyway. Wish we wouldn't run damage on Tuesday nights. I would never lose a race.
Yeah.
I would just go full throttle into a turn. And not lift. I wonder if you
do believe
that.
Thomas. What's that?
You know, remember when Ross Chastain did at Martinsville?
Yeah.
Wonder if the damage is cut off. I wonder if you could just basically full throttle on one of these turns at a short track as Wayne Scott comes in.
Maybe. That's my guess.
It's a good possibility, right?
Yeah, as you see, Harris gets around Thomas again. Like you said, Honeycutt staying out one more time.
And here's the crazy part is Waylon in his 88 Advanced Auto Parts car. He's actually looking faster, both these Gen 6s. He's just on fresher tires.
I've noticed that too.
He's on fresher tires. He actually is running faster times or very similar times. So pretty cool.
I've noticed the 3 and Harris have been kind of not being afraid to shed some paint here between the two, and that's allowed the 88 to close in as well, as you see right there.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to get around both of them. Looks like, especially going into the corner. Ooh, close. So I thought 78 was going to come down right there.
Yeah.
That would have been.
You think the 3 is grinning from ear to ear right now?
I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I would imagine. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I like a lot of these drivers. I ain't, never
Yeah.
had an issue with none of them or nothing like that. I think he's probably my favorite. I don't know why. I just like him.
I think he's the most funniest when it comes to
Yeah.
our post race interviews.
Yeah. I mean, he wins against himself and he's happy about it. I mean, that
Yeah.
sounds like that's a winner to me. I don't see the problem. Troy Thomas, by the way, is who we're speaking about out of, I believe it was Boone, North Carolina. Yep, Boone, North Carolina. And
How long can these Gen 6s last?
racing, by the way, Marshall Harris, and he is out of Colorado. How about that? Full Center Racing team.
And
I thought he was going to come down.
both going to stay out. I thought he was going to come down too.
Here they go,
As
side
Troy
by side.
Thomas gets a run on him again.
But we should, unless Thomas clears it going into one, Harris may get to run back out of the corner.
Harris going to
Yeah,
run
he'll
that
get
top,
to run out.
that second lane. Not if Thomas
I thought he was
slides
going
up.
to wall.
Oh,
I thought he was going to hit the wall. And Benelli, by the way, is right behind these two. Way faster car, but he is a lap down. I'll make sure I mention that.
yep. So this is your overall race lead right here. This battle between
That is
Harris
wrong.
and
Brandon
Troy
Honeycutt's
Thomas,
still your
right?
leader at the moment.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, and what's interesting about Brandon Honeycutt, Todd, if he's literally able to go 2 more laps, he's going to be able to do this on a one-stop race.
Oh yeah.
And everybody else is going to have
As
to
the
be.
Gen 6 has come down.
Yeah, I think Honeycutt's going to have to come down, though.
Oh, trouble right here.
Oh,
Harris
yep.
got a little loose.
See what happened? Back this up just a little bit, and that's going to be a speeding penalty.
Yes.
We talked
was
about
wondering
how
why-
quick it comes up so fast, man.
Yeah.
That's got to be a speeding penalty, I'm guessing. We'll keep an eye on it.
But meanwhile, Brandon Honeycutt leading the field does not come down pit road just yet.
Not a surprise. Curtis Ecker, by the way, is just ticking seconds off. He's coming down now.
And Honeycutt.
So yeah, this
Yep.
shows you right here he will not have enough to make it. I don't see him being able to save 5 laps at Pocono. I think
No.
that is too much big of an ask to do. So Honeycutt comes down the lead. That's going to turn the lead over to Curtis Ecker, who has been out front a lot tonight, by the way. Once all this shapes up, I really like that paint, by the way.
Yeah, it's something different than what he's been running.
I'm not normally a
Lately.
big fan of Coca-Cola paint, but it looks good on that car.
Mid-race report. Our TikTok stream is still up, by the way.
I was going to say, TikTok stream's still up. How about that? You got me bringing up TikTok now just to say.
Yeah, Curtis Ecker leading Wayne Scott here about 4.3 seconds in the next gen class. You got Lee Campbell leading Andrew Taft by about 3.8 seconds in the Gen 4 class. Hunter Burkham leading Cooper in the 03 by about a half a second. And Troy Thomas leading Harris by about 50 seconds.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know how to find live on TikTok. Oh, I guess I clicked the live button.
Yeah.
I was not aware of that. There you go.
As we are working our way under 29 laps to go.
Did you just say, oh, I thought you said yes.
Oh, I said yeet.
Gosh. That's cool. Glad it's up and running finally.
Yeah.
Looks like it ain't going to get taken down this time.
Maybe not.
Who knows? There you go. Wayne Scott underneath Andrew Taft. That's 5 laps difference in tires, by the way. Andrew trying to run down Lee Campbell. Last time by, Campbell was a little bit faster. this time by is about to be a little bit closer. We'll see. And once again, Campbell just a little bit faster that time. Not much. Haven't checked a lot on our trucks lately, but here we go. Hunter up front. Currently leading the 03 of Cooper. And we'll see lap times. Hunter that time was faster. All right, Todd Chase, take a quick commercial break and come back after this. Thank you, Avid Box. Still need to check in to get myself one of them. By the way, Todd, why does it say? I don't know why on my live timing screen it says Troy Thomas is on pit road. He is not on pit road.
No, he is not on pit road.
I'm not sure why it's saying that. Anyway, while all this is going on, make sure you guys like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Appreciate the likes that we have so far. And we've got a few people watching on Facebook and all that. We appreciate it. What you are watching is Racing Elite Class Racing. A little bit different than your normal type of oval, which I respect it. I thought that was kind of what intrigued me the most when we took it over, or when we started broadcasting this, was multi-class racing on oval. Right.
Well, we're used to multi-classing on road courses.
Yeah.
As we covered Red Sox Racing League there for
a long time.
Good. Yeah, at least 5-6 seasons or something like that. I want to say. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely interesting to watch, to call, and everything else.
Red Sox, by the way, still up and going.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Yeah, awesome by them. That's pretty cool.
Something happened to the one.
Nathan Emerson. I think this. I mean, it could be scheduled. I mean, it would be surprising if he just decided to come down early. It would be surprising if he came down that early. I'm not entirely sure if it's scheduled. I'm guessing it was scheduled. I mean, he's still like 24, 23 laps away, though. 25 to go still, so I feel like it's a little early.
Meanwhile, the battle for the overall class lead is heating up. You got Cooper closing the gap in at about 3/4 of a second.
Yeah, he was faster last time by about 3/10. One of the things that we noticed when we went to break was Cooper absolutely demolished the wall twice.
Yeah.
Turn 1 and turn 2. So he's trying to rebound and get a run back up to Hunter to have a chance at retaking this lead back away from him. Up front, there's nothing really happening, by the way.
No, there really isn't. As you see, Cody Benelli coming down pit road or leaving pit road. I kind of feel like the reason why Cooper has caught Hunter was because he's got Brandon Honeycutt out and off his rear bumper every time he comes off of each of these corners.
We talked about Brandon. Was he doing it to save fuel? Because he stayed out to lap 25, which would put him to lap 50. I still, even with him drafted, he's going to have to be clutching. 5 laps is hard to save here. I mean, I'm saying it's not possible. He's
right. It's definitely possible.
I just feel like he'd give up way too much time. I mean, he is pushing really hard for a straightaway. Pretty
I
impressive
mean,
he's caught him like that.
there could be a multiple different things. Could he be helping Cooper catch Hunter like we're sitting here thinking? Or could he be trying to push these guys to run and use more fuel so that they have to pit earlier to where it actually helps him, meaning Brandon Honeycutt in the long run because he can run longer than everybody else?
Yeah, because I'm not entirely sure if Cooper is teammates. I'm trying to find out now. They don't have a team on the
Discord.
Yeah, the thing I'm looking for. Brandon's with driving Extreme Inc. But that does not mean that he's like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna help you anyway. I mean, who knows? I mean, it is helping him. He's about a 10th faster each lap. But Ellie going around DO3. And see, right here it sends Hunter up the track a little bit. Yeah, Cooper's there. He's 4/10 back.
And here comes the run again for Honeycutt. Gonna push Cooper all the way down the short chute here. Or, well, not necessarily a short chute, but here's the short chute.
There you go. There's your look.
Coming here between 2 and 3.
Here's your look at the last few laps out of 4 out of 5 laps. The 03 has been faster. The 68, you see, by the way, is that's Evan. He got caught on pit road, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
He was having a solid night, and then that happened.
Yeah, I've had races that way too, where I've been running up front, doing everything I possibly can. Yeah, and have literally given it away.
Yeah, you had it happen literally a couple races ago.
I think I just seen Honeycutt catch a little bit of the wall there off of one.
I wasn't sure, so I didn't say nothing either. Side by side through the tunnel turn, very tough.
Oh, this will be interesting. Cooper had to really get out of the throttle there.
Yeah.
So that way he didn't have to worry about turning the 68.
I'm just kind of surprised he didn't go to the higher side, but no need to. He's able to clear him. Trust me, he wants Brandon behind him. Brandon's going to push him again.
Here we go.
I mean, it worked.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird how the bumpers align a lot better between the truck and the next gen versus another next gen car.
You're not wrong. They line so much better than with the next gen on next gen compared to a next gen on truck. For a second, by the way, still he's got a good lead, and he's on pit road. Never mind. Gosh, I hate talking. He was
that's okay.
Like 6 seconds.
I think that's a little too early yet, with it being,
Yeah, I feel like you
almost 18 to go.
Yeah, I feel like you can make it, the lap 40, which is like 4 from now, and leave yourself 15 to go. I feel like that's kind of what you're looking for.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion anyway. So he's on pit road. Meanwhile, we're going to continue to watch this with Cooper and Brandon Honeycutt trying to run down Hunter. Hunter's doing a good job, though.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job at running this line. You see him running the bottom line here.
What's interesting?
I'm going to let the truck roll up.
Hunter actually has fresher lap tires. He pitted a lap after. Hunter's doing a nice job on able to kind of defend what's behind him.
And I think that's kind of what's hurting him going into the tunnel turn is the next gen is pushing him so much. He's got so much extra speed going into the tunnel turn that he's got to basically abort the run.
Yeah.
As you see, he gets a little loose here.
He's going
to give time away. Yep.
Not speed. He locks him up. I think he got slowed down now. So he was able to make up a lot of time. Very surprised to see him pit right there. Still, I think I would have went 2 more laps, 2 to 3 more laps. We're 18 to go, coming to 17 to go for Wayne shot when he comes back to the line. So kind
Andrew
of surprised.
Taft, Lee Campbell also on the pit road as well.
Yeah, and Lee Campbell down the way did not have an issue on pit road this week. Cooper, by the way, missed his pit box and
Oh
still just now
no.
got in it. Just now got in it. He missed it, had a backup, and then missed it again. Had to just now get in it, so he's going to lose a lot of time. We'll check and make
That's
sure.
such a heartbreak.
He did not get a penalty, but to give you an idea how much time he lost on pit road, you might as well, as we see the 48 coming on pit road. To give you an idea, normal pit lane, okay, is 41, we'll say 40 to 43 seconds.
Yep.
For him, that time was 53 seconds. So 10
10
seconds
extra
off.
seconds. Yeah.
And as long as Hunter does not have an issue here on pit road, as far as speeding or anything, he should be able to retake the lead fairly easy. Or be able to keep the lead, should I say.
You want to mention Wayne Scott still out there, Honeycutt still out there. Ecker has closed the gap to Honeycutt though.
Yeah, Emerson, by the
I
way,
believe
did
he
take
is-
the lead in the trucks. We'll see. He could actually run, though, Todd.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting because I think he can actually run a lot more laps. Emerson can. If I'm not mistaken, he could run probably 8 to 10 more laps. Don't quote me on that. He's on lap 9 right now. So he can run a lot more laps. Didn't the trucks pit at lap 15 last time, though?
Yes, I believe it's between 15 and 17, I believe, is when they all came
So
down.
I'm curious about some of these trucks that did pit.
Mm-hmm.
Did they pit too early?
I'm wondering if that's what they did too. Maybe they used the strategy of kind of like pitting backwards, like you would on a road course, where you would short pit your first run and then save your longer runs for later in the race.
Yeah, that would be smart. Like if you would have pitted like on lap 10,
Mm-hmm.
and then do like a 20 lap run if you can, and then finish it off. Yeah, I'm not sure. Meanwhile, there's really nothing going on. Well, I'll take it back. Here's a little bit. Brandon Honeycutt trying to take second overall. Once again, he and Troy Thomas has not pitted. Overall, Wayne Scott is literally gone right now. He's got a 31-second lead over Troy Thomas.
Yeah, that is crazy.
It's not even close, yeah. Once again, this should cycle back through to, however, to Curtis Ecker being up front. So keep that in mind. Ecker has already pitted. And we're thinking that Honeycutt's going to at least run 8 more laps from what I'm seeing.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, because he's got 15, 16 now. We've seen him run 25, so really he could run 8 or 9 more laps. Truck-wise, everything's spaced out now, Todd. There's not even really anything close.
Yep.
Curtis Ecker closing in to take third away overall. Did not mention next week at all. We do go to a different track next week. Atlanta Motor Speedway. Be very similar.
That's going to be fun.
It'll be similar to what we've seen at Charlotte, but not. Because it is the 2008 Atlanta Motor Speedway where tires will actually mean something. So
another tire abrasive racetrack.
Yeah, that is. I'm really looking forward to going back to the old Atlanta. To me, that's one of the best tracks that they had. They should have never paved it. I understand why they did, but you know, I kind of wish they didn't. So we got Atlanta, Las Vegas, Texas, and Daytona. The final 4 races. That February 10th race will be a little interesting. You know, when the Eagles go win the Super Bowl the night before.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I have to tell everybody.
Go ahead.
I could. Yeet. First place, Todd.
Yeah. You ain't the champ of anything yet.
NFC champ.
Oh, God. By default.
I'm the champ. I like how I say I'm the champ, even though technically I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Well, let's see, I did buy a Philadelphia Eagles hat this year, I think, or last year technically. I think it's like
I
it's
was gonna
interesting.
say
So I did
because
support the team. I helped support, I helped support it, bringing in Saquon Barkley.
I mean, I guess you could say I did help support the retirement of Jason Kelsey the year before that.
That is true. I mean, you supported the Philadelphia Eagles. How about that? Part of the team.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong button.
Yeah.
Wrong button again. I'm over here hitting wrong buttons like crazy. There we go.
Meanwhile,
Brandon Honeycutt working on. Never mind. Wasn't if they working on Curtis Ecker. He is not working on Curtis Ecker. Ecker just got around him to take second away. Once again, should be seeing pit stops coming up any second now for Kirby Wainscott, who is in front. And honestly, he's 33 seconds ahead, so I don't know what he can really do unless he comes down and gets fuel only. That will be his only chance of winning. But even at that point, I think that you might as well just take tires because it's going to be tough to hold off fresher tires.
big battle here with the trucks as they work their way out of the tunnel turn. Hunter Burkham has now closed in to about 4/10, maybe 3/10 now.
It's not a bad call by Emerson. He's not going to be able to hold him off, but it's not a bad call because we have had yellows at the end of these races.
Yeah. And I'm surprised as we are now 10 to go here in this race here at Pocono. Burkham going to get around Nathan Emerson here.
Todd, you know what's interesting?
Off of turn 1. What's that?
I don't think the Gen 4s can make it. Benelli's back on pit
I don't
road
think
now.
they can either.
Yeah, and I'm showing that they got 8 laps. There's still 10 laps to go. They haven't been able to make it no 18 laps in the Gen 4 at all in this race. So
Yeah.
that race could come down to that final pit stop between Teff and Campbell. They're going to have to get on and off the pit road very clean. Speaking of which,
and that's
I got something else to tell you about that.
Okay.
Andrew Teff last time, he is 16 seconds right now behind. I'm sorry, he's 12 seconds behind Lee Campbell.
Yep.
Did you know his last pit stop, he was 17 seconds on pit road longer?
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy to think of. He had
Wow.
a 57.6 on pit road for Teff to a 40.8.
Wow.
If he wouldn't have made that mistake, he would be right there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wayne's got on and off pit road, and I want to mention, by the way, that is Curtis Ecker takes the lead. 2 tires stop on the 10 car.
Yeah, I was gonna mention something that I would let's talk hypotheticals here as we are working our way to like 8 to go here in this race here at Pocono. If I were to be the owner of this series setting up these races, I would possibly give the Gen 4s maybe a little bit of a fuel advantage just because they're the ones that burn the most fuel.
Yeah, that may be raised to like 68% or something.
Yeah,
60,
so
70, yeah.
That way they've got a little bit of where they could say, okay, I could go 15 laps on this run, and then, instead of having to wear... Right.
I get what you're saying.
Like, because, like, the way they're set up right now is it doesn't give them the opportunity or the chance to actually grab the overall race win because they've got to pit more than everybody else.
Yeah, we run 60% fuel in our races on Tuesdays. I'm kind of the same way with that too because at some point, there's been times where I've been super fast long run, but when you're only running 65% fuel, you don't really get that chance to, get to that long run. You get what I'm saying? So, I understand like 75% fuel. I understand you want pit stops to happen, especially when it's only a 55 lap race. but I wouldn't be opposed to like a 70%, 75%.
Yeah.
Even in early, I wouldn't be opposed to like jumping from 60 to 70.
Yeah, it just gives us more of an idea of how many laps we can run, and then we can make our fuel strategy out better than what we're doing right now.
Yeah, because normally, like mile and a half tracks at 60%, we could run like 29 laps.
Yeah,
That's in the trucks, of course. The Gen
give or
4s, yeah, the Gen 4s are way less. Gen 6s or next gens, they can run a lot more because the horsepower is lower.
right.
So, anyway.
So, wanted to give you a class rundown here. Gen 6 does look like Troy Thomas. Might want to check that out. It shows that he's on pit road
he is
now.
on pit road. Yep, he just came down.
So yeah, Troy Thomas leading your Gen 6 class. Your Truck Series class, it is Hunter Burkham leading Nathan Emerson by about 3.6 seconds. Curtis Ecker leading Wayne Scott by about 2.5 seconds there in the next gen class. And Lee Campbell, who has not made a mistake, great job for him tonight capitalizing on that. He's currently holding about 11 to 12 second lead on Andrew Taft.
Yeah,
right now in the Gen 4 class.
Nathan Emerson on pit road as well, so that's scheduled for the track. Remember, we knew he could run longer. Mm-hmm. He was more hoping for a caution. Brandon Honeycutt also in that same bed as him. He's now been out there 25 laps. We don't think he can run to 30, so we expect him to be on pit road anytime as well. Just looking around, Marshall Harris on pit road. Making sure there is no issues. Looks like everybody got on and off pit roads fairly good this time. Waylon had a backup. He missed his box just a little bit when he came in earlier, but he's okay now.
Curtis Ecker coming across the start-finish line. Before to go here for him at Pocono.
Yep,
for overall race leader.
He's got a pretty good lead over Wayne Scott. 3.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Of course, Wayne Scott only took 2 tires. Brandon Honeycutt's not on pit road right now. And he is only about 3/4 throttle. So he is trying to make it. And he is clutching, by the way, I believe as well. Riding on board with him.
I love these field mileage races, though.
I do too. Here in Indianapolis, places like that.
Yep.
Yeah, he's actually cutting the car all the way off, by the way. No, he's clutching. I lied. But yeah, field mileage races, I think that's where I've won probably one of my biggest league races. I won in a field mileage race at Texas. I led most of the race. And I was able to actually lose the lead and fall back to like 4th. But I started saving after the second pit stop immediately. And everybody else had to pit again, and I was able to push it like 10 laps longer than I thought I could.
Yeah.
So don't know how, don't care. Won the race by like 10 seconds too.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
I remember that day.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
So it will be Curtis Ecker heading to turn 3 here, where he will see 2 to go.
Yeah, everything's spaced
also
out now.
next,
like, there's not even one within a second and a half of each other.
So yeah, Curtis Ecker will see 2 laps to go. Lee Campbell going to see 2 laps to go as he crosses the line. Hunter Burkham as well as Troy Thomas once again.
Want to mention only 6 cars on the lead lap. But there is one from each class, so that's the good thing.
Yes. Very good thing.
And honestly, Hunter is going to go a lap down here in a minute as well. He's not far in front of Curtis.
Yeah.
It's just, the speed difference, but still. We might have something changing. Oh, what just happened there? Waylon have an issue? Or Nathan, I'm sorry. Let me back this up. Did he wreck? No, he was
I don't think
really
so.
He was just really slow coming off turn 3. What if he's short?
I don't know, but it is white flag in the air here for Curtis Ecker at Pocono.
Brandon Honeycutt, by the way, out of fuel.
Yep, you called it.
And I don't know if he's going to have enough to make it back around. He's in turn 2. He's going to be really slow. So he will finish last in class, which is big for Ecker. It's also big for Andrew Teff, taking the overall points lead.
Mm-hmm. Through the tunnel turn, Ecker goes.
Yeah, Brandon Honeycutt right up here in front of him right now. Actually, he's still trying to go. He's still clutching. He is not out.
Ain't no way he's going to make it, though.
If he's able to make it 30 laps, that's pretty impressive.
New paint this week. New winner for the next gen class. Curtis Ecker picks up the win here at Pocono for the next gen class.
Wayne Scott finishes second. Lee Campbell working through turn number 3. Looking to pick up, I believe this is his first win, Todd, I think. Maybe.
I believe so.
I want to say it is too. Lee Campbell.
Yeah, I want to say it was.
Picks up.
Yeah, Lee Campbell picking up. I think that's his first win this season.
Oh, it is.
Because it's been Benelli and Teft.
Hunter working through turn 2.
The tunnel turn?
I don't think he has a win yet either this year.
No, he does not.
I've seen multiple different winners tonight.
Which is great.
Yeah. Out of turn 3. Yep, Hunter's first win.
Hunter going to pick up the win here for the truck series.
By the way, Honeycutt was able to make it all the way around.
Really?
He was. And Thomas will finish P1 in the Gen 6 class. There you go. So let's see if we can grab some people here maybe. If we got them, I don't even know if we have them, but we'll look and see. Once I figure out what I'm doing. We got some burnouts taking place and all that good stuff. Curtis Ecker we do have. See if we can grab him. Hey, Curtis, it's Adam up in the booth. And Todd, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, first win here in this series and a big one at that. Talk us through this one. That was a fun one because not only was track position very important, but pit stops also very important.
Yeah, that was a blast. It's actually hometown track. First time I've ever won here,
Awesome.
So that's even better. But yeah, it was fun. I seem to always make pit road mistakes, so that was definitely key during practice is to practice pit road entry.
Yeah, that's a big one. We noticed that. I mean, there was, gosh almighty, I don't know, 4 or 5 people that had issues on pit road. Man, talk about driving the next gen around here. Was you downshifted, by the way?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was downshifting in almost every corner.
I figured you might have been. Talk about driving this car around here. It looked like as the race went on, Next Gens once again was able to get out front, it looked like.
Yeah, it seems like the longer the race went, the more speed I found. Heck, I set my fastest laps of the race there in the closing laps of the race, and it was just a rocket.
You're not lying about that. We was talking about you during the race on how quick you was going, man. First place here tonight. Shout-outs and all that you want to give out?
Just my family and all that support me doing this, everybody at Racers Elite, and you guys for putting on this awesome broadcast.
Hey, good job tonight, dude.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, man. I like interviewing first-time winners, by the way.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie. We'll pull in Hunter. He picks up the win here in the truck series. I do believe if I can go down here and grab him. There we go. Hunter, you got a copy? It's Adam and Todd.
I got you.
Man, that was a fun race in the trucks. We was actually talking about the truck series coming on the air tonight, talking about that you guys had the most cars in class, and you and Cooper had a good battle there for a long time, but you was able to pull out the win.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. Man, finally just had a good truck. Was able to just, keep it. Have some luck. Was able to just hold it off, and shout out to Cooper. That was a really good battle. There's all those 55 laps. and that was a fun race in general.
We could actually start talking about the points a little bit more because the points are going to get really small now. Well, I'm guessing you may take over the points lead since, well, no, you probably won't take it over, but it's going to be very close. You're going to jump quite a few spots. You come in here 13 points behind. Nathan Emerson picking up, I don't know how many points yet because it hasn't been updated. But are you even looking at points? Is that something you're thinking about? We only got now 4 races left.
I mean, I kind of keep in the back of my mind, just racing smart, just racing every point I can. I talked to Nathan earlier for the race, and I just knew tonight was gonna be a big night for me because I've had Pocono circled, for since the opening round, and just put it all together. And hopefully, you can go run him down and get that championship.
What's your thoughts heading to Atlanta, the old Atlanta?
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm not that good with the trucks, so hopefully,
Tonight
I can
says
get some luck
otherwise.
there next week.
Tonight says otherwise. So I just wanted you to know that because that was, man, it's a tough place to race. Like we talked about it when we
It
came on.
is.
It is a very tough place. Turn 2, I mean, it's all different. So picking up the win, first win I believe this season for you. So any shout outs you want to give out, dude?
Really, this is Andrew just for putting on this great league and all these guys for racing very clean and just racing great. I mean, I love it. I love it.
Awesome, man. Hey, good job.
Also, another shout
Go
out to
ahead.
Nathan.
Yeah, you got it. You got to at least make you feel a little bit important. Nah, man, good
You got
job,
that
man. It was
right.
fun to watch.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Next up, this is the interview we kind of been waiting to do too. Lee Campbell
Yeah.
putting it in victory lane. It's been a minute since we haven't been able to interview him, but he was able to put it in the top spot tonight in the Gen 4. Lee, you got a copy?
I got you, man.
Man, very clean race actually for you tonight. I think that was probably the cleanest that you ran all season. I know you've had some issues with pit stops and stuff like that in other races, but tonight you came in here and it was pretty much lights out. It looked like.
Yeah, I think I led just about every race
think so.
that we've been in, but I finally be able to close one out. And I don't know, Andrew looks like he had some trouble coming into the pits, and I'm like, man, I got to make this a good pit stop. And I tried my best, and I mean, he lost a lot of time. And
17
would have
seconds, by the way.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see, if he was right with me there, what would have happened. But I'll take it.
Talk about driving a Gen 4 because we noticed in the qualifying, the back end, of course, you drive off the rear tires here a lot more than any other car. The back end steps out a lot. It's very easy to, especially out of turn 2, to really lose the tail end of the car. Talk about driving a Gen 4 here.
Oh, it is. It's definitely slick. I just did my best to take it easy, take care of the tires as much as I could. I know we're going to be close on fuel, so I clutched it quite a bit in the second run. And yeah, it's funny because Cody and I were on Discord today, and we're saying, "Hey, man, somebody's got to take out Teft." And he was supposed to do it this week, and I was going to do it next week. So it looks like we're going to switch.
It worked out either way for you. Picking up the big win. What's your thoughts heading to Atlanta? It's the old Atlanta, and in the Gen 4 car, it's going to be very interesting for you guys because that place kills tires.
Oh, it's going to be extremely slick. I can just see it now.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a place where you got to really manage the tires and take care of things, and try to be competitive at the same time.
For sure. Any shout outs you want to give out tonight, man?
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out for you guys for broadcasting. Shout out for Andrew for running the league. He does a fantastic job. And shout out to the drivers. It's extremely hard to win in this series and any of the series that we run in. And to take one tonight, I'll take it for sure.
I just find it impressive how clean you guys are. I'd always just surprised it's been taught both. But either way, good job tonight, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks, man. Todd, one of the things that I heard about a lot in them interviews, and it came from all 3 of them, how fun this place actually is to race.
Yes,
and we talked about it coming on the air.
Yeah, we know how fun this place can be.
Yeah.
But we also know how quick that fun night can be turned completely 180 degrees into a really bad night.
I agree. Now, the race itself is overall pretty good. What's your thoughts?
Well, I like the parity. We're starting to see some new faces. Three out of the 4 classes had new winners on the season, which was great. No cautions. We went caution free all night long. Did have some contact, but it kind of brought in some in race drama that we kind of needed because during once we get through the green flag pit stops, it kind of gets stretched out
Especially
and
here.
it kind of gets a little dry.
It does. It can.
So
Like, I was very surprised on how much action there actually
Mhm.
was. With only 13 cars, like, you don't expect really, as a broadcaster, like, we've done enough of these races. You don't expect much when
Yeah.
you come into a race with 13 cars. Like, normally, back in the
No.
old days, we probably wouldn't even broadcast it with 13 people.
Right.
But these guys are clean enough where we don't have to worry about that. For what it was, I mean, the racing was actually really good. So, anything else you want to say?
Well, one last thing, our TikTok stream is still up and going. So I do want to
noticed
shout
that.
out everybody there. Even though we probably didn't have very many views on there,
We'll get it there.
we'll get it there. Don't you worry. If you guys liked what you seen out there on the racetrack and listening to us or whatever, hit the follow button on there. If you guys are interested in racing with these guys here, go to www.racerselite.com
Yep.
and
Talk to Andrew.
Yep.
Subscribe to their. We're on YouTube as well. I know we got people watching over there. Make sure you subscribe.
Yep.
We're trying to build their channel. This is not our normal channel, but we're trying to build their channel up a little bit better for them. Hopefully, it's getting up there. I'm not really sure what the numbers look like, but that's it, man.
Yep.
Y'all have a great night.